plus 9x. Okay, so we've got it in order now, and now we need to name it by the degree and the number of terms. So you're going to pick one off each of this category, and I'm going to wheel this over here. So if you're watching later on, pause the video, take a second, write these down. Okay, and I realize you kind of can't see number 2 or 3, but okay, so you're going to pick one from this category for the degree and one from this category for our number of terms. So what is the highest degree up here? What is the highest exponent? 2. So what is that going to be? It's going to be a quadratic. How many pieces are there? The number of terms. There are 2. So what is that? That's a binomial. Okay, and again, sometime today, if you do not have this piece of paper, okay, if you do not have this one, that is totally fine. And you need to write this on your sheet. That's why I crossed off number 2 for you, so you had enough room. Okay, so this needs to be on your sheet if you do not have that old piece of paper. Okay. 3, our highest exponent is what? 0. Okay, there is nothing. So what is that one going to be? A constant. How many pieces are there? 1. So what is that? It's a monomial. Hi, friend. Okay, look at number 5. Okay, we need to write that in order. So what is going to be the first thing we're going to write down? Negative 7x3. And then what? Plus 4x2 minus x plus 5. Okay, what is our degree? What is the highest exponent up there? 3, which is what? Cubic. Then what? It's going to be a polynomial. So why does that say 4 plus for poly? Yeah, so if it has 100 pieces, it's a polynomial. Okay, if it has 4 pieces, 5 pieces, 6 pieces, anything 4 and above, it's going to be considered a polynomial. Okay, number 7. What is that highest exponent? 2. What is that going to be? It's going to be a quadratic. How many pieces are there? 1, so it's going to be what? Huh? Monomial, okay. Okay, number 9 and 10, okay? So it says simplify the sum, and I've already wrote notes up here, so if you want them, copy them down. You can use this on your test, okay? First of all, sum means addition, okay? It means it'll have a plus sign, okay? We need this to be in highest to lowest when we combine like terms, okay? So we're going to combine like terms from highest to lowest, okay? So the highest exponent to the lowest exponent, okay? So I'll give you a second. You can write those down if you need them. Okay, if you don't, that's fine, or if you already know how to do these. Okay, when we're looking at these, what is the highest exponent up there?
Wasn't it x4?
Yeah, x to the 4. Okay, so we need to find all the pieces that have x4. All the pieces that have x4 up there. Okay, which are what? What things have x4 on them? Negative 3x and a positive 2. So if we combine those two, what is that going to give me?
1x4.
Negative 1x4. Good. What is the next highest exponent? x3. Okay, so I can combine a positive 3 and a negative 7. What is that going to give me? Negative 4 x3. Okay, and then lastly, I can combine my just numbers, okay? So I can combine the 8 and the 5. What is that going to give me? 13. Okay, so again, we combined our like terms and we did it from highest to exponent. So it goes 4, 3, there's no x2s, there's no x1s, and then just numbers. Okay? The next section on here is about subtraction. Okay, so subtraction, it says the second set, first of all, subtraction means, or difference means subtraction, okay? So the second set of parentheses, we need to flip all the signs. Okay, so, okay, so this is obviously the second set, so we're gonna flip all the signs in the second set. And then again, we're gonna combine like terms from highest to lowest, okay? The same way that we did the addition, okay? So, our first set of parentheses, nothing is changing there. Okay, so it's gonna look like 2 plus 6m minus 6m3. Nothing's changing in that first set of parentheses. Okay, the second set of parentheses, however, it says change all the signs. So what is going to be our first piece of that second set? Negative 2m. Okay, so we got negative 2m. And then what? Negative 3. So it said positive 3, so we need to flip the sign. So it's going to be negative 3. Okay, and then it said positive 3, so it's going to be negative 3m. 3. And again, just like the addition, we're going to combine from highest to lowest. So what can we combine? What's going to get combined first? All the M3s, okay? So I got a negative 6 and a negative 3. What is that going to give me? Negative 9 M3. Okay, and then what comes next? Is there M2s? No. Is there just M's? Yeah, so we're going to combine those next. So positive 6 minus 2. It's going to be a positive 4m. Okay, and those you can just type on your calculator. You can type in plus 6 minus 2. Okay? Okay, and then lastly, what can we combine? The 2 and the negative 3. So on your calculator, type in 2 minus 3. And that's going to give us a negative 1. Okay, for 13, 14, 15, and 16, the instructions are all the same. Okay, it says find each product. That means multiply. Alright, that's why I only wrote the word multiply up there. There's really none other instructions that I can kind of give you. Okay? So, when we multiply, okay, you're really multiplying the bigs and adding up the littles. So what is 5 times 6? 30. Okay, and then take a second, look at me. How many M's does this guy have? 6, and then this guy? 1. So what is 6 plus 1? 7. So it's going to be M7. Okay, and again, 5 times 5? 25. Kevin, shut up. How many M's does this guy have? 6. Second guy? None. So how many is that together? 6 plus 0? 6. Okay, 15 is going to be the same. So 5 times 4, 20. How many M's does this guy have? And what about this guy? So what is 1 plus 1? 2. Good. 5 times 3? 15. How many M's does this guy have? 1. This guy? None. So how many is that? 1. And you can say M or you can say M1. This is the same thing. Okay, 17, 18, 19, and 20 all are foiling. Okay, so We need to FOIL, and we're gonna do this first one, and it's gonna get carried to this one. So you're gonna multiply those ones. And then same thing, you're gonna make like two little rainbows from the top, and then you're gonna do the same thing on the bottom. So you're gonna take this one, and you're gonna times it by that one, and times it by that one. Okay, and again, just like you did on the other page, when you're timesing, you times the big ones, and then you add up all the m's or k's or whatever. Okay, and then lastly, you're just gonna have an additional step, which is to combine like terms. Okay, so it's nothing too crazy. So when we're doing this one, you're gonna say 4 times 7, 28. Okay, and then from here to here, how many k's are there? 2. So you're gonna say K2. Okay, 4 times 8, 32. How many k's from here to here? 1. Good. Negative 4, because the negative goes with that 4, times 7, negative 28. How many k's are there? 1. Negative 4 times 8, negative 32. How many k's from here to here? None. Okay, and then we look at this and say, well, what can we combine? The k's, okay? So see how this has, he just got K or K1, and he's got K or K1. That means you can put those two together, okay? We cannot put a K2 with a K1, but you can put the two middle ones together. Okay, so on your calculator, type in plus 32 minus 28. And what is that going to give you? 4. Okay, so the 28K, we're going to drop down 28K2. For this guy, when we type that in on our calculator, we got a positive 4K minus 32. Okay, 19. It's still foiling. However, I do want to tell you, if there's no number in front of that n, what is it? It's a 1. Okay, so do yourself a favor and put a 1 right here and put a 1 right here. It's going to make it easier when you are multiplying all these, okay? Because otherwise, it gets really confusing. Okay, so we're going to do it the exact same though. So 1 times 1, 1. How many n's from here to here? 2. So we're going to say n2. 1 times negative 7, negative 7. How many n's from here to here? 1. 7 times 1, 7. How many n's from here to here? 1. And then 7 times negative 7, negative 49. How many n's? None. Okay, and then the same thing. We can combine what? 7 and 7. So what is a negative 7 plus 7? 0. Okay, so it really is going to look like this. 1 and 2. You can say plus or minus 0. It does not matter. Okay, so either one of those works. So we can say plus 0 minus 49n. However, we know from previous days, do we leave the 0 there? No, it doesn't look right. Okay, now I'm not going to okay, I don't want you to do that, okay, because it's not how it should look. It should look like this. 1 and 2 minus 49. Okay, or you can write n squared minus 49 is also an equivalent thing to write. Okay. Okay, the next section on here is about GCF, okay? The first one I'm going to do the long way, and the second one I'm going to do the short way, okay? And even if I was doing this on a test, I would do the first one the long way because the numbers are really big, whereas the second one, the numbers are kind of smaller, okay? So, and I know for some of you guys it's been a little while, but, so you're going to split these, and we're going to say, well, what are some factors of 48? 2 and what? 24, good. And then you're gonna get 2 and 12, 2, 6, 2, 3. Okay, what about 54? Two and 27. 2 and 27. 3 and 9. 3 and 3. Okay, so what are our matches? Who can go? A set of 2s. What else? And a set of 3s. Good. Who else can go? Somebody said something. I don't know who else can go? No one. Why no one? Okay, so when we're picking, see how there's like 3 3s in blue over there? Okay, they have to be on opposite sides in order for us to pick them, okay? We can't pick 2 3s over here. You have to have a 3 and a 3, okay? Or another 2 and a 2, okay? And then what do you do with these? Times them. So 2 times 3, it's going to be 6. Okay, now, if you're confused, look at me. What is 48 divided by 6? 8. So that means 8 is going to go in that spot, kind of where that 48's at. 54 divided by 6. 9. Okay, and then we're going to drop our signs down, which is a 1 plus sign. Okay, and then we look, how many X's does my first guy have? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What about my second guy? 1. So how many can I take? What's my match? 1. Okay, so I got 1 and 1. Okay, so an X can go on the outside. Okay, now again, think. He had 4. I took 1. How many does he have left? 3. So we're going to say X3. He had 1. I took 1. How many does he have left? None. Okay, this is what I call the long way to do this. Now, let's pause for a second because I feel like some of you guys really struggle with the GCF, and that's totally fine. Okay, if you are struggling with these, do what you can do. If you know how to do the letters but not the numbers, do the letters. Okay, but for some of you guys to leave stuff totally blank, it's crazy because you can draw parentheses. Okay, you can start to, if you know how to just make the tree, make the tree. If that's as far as you can go, because I do a point like, okay, did they draw their parentheses? Did they attempt this problem? Okay, did they make the tree? Okay, did they get their signs right? So if you got everything and you accidentally put a minus, cool, that's only -1, but you still got the other 10 points. Okay, so do what you can do. Okay, if you can only do the letters, do the letters. If you can only do the numbers, do the numbers. If all you can give me is parentheses, that's something. Okay, so go as far as you can go. Okay, 23 is going to be the same, so we can draw our parentheses. Okay, now this one I'm going to do the shorter way. Okay, what is our smallest number up there, 3 or 18? 3. That means that I can only pull out a 1, 2, or 3. Okay, because it says GCF, that means we're going to pull out the biggest. So does 3 go into 3? Yes. Does 3 go into 18? Yes, so that means 3 is my biggest factor. Now, if you don't like that way, you can still draw this and make the little tree. It works the exact same, okay? So we can pull out a 3. 3 divided by 3, 1. 18 divided by 3, 6. Okay, now, although we have A's and B's, they kind of work the same, okay? You just do one letter at a time. Focus on one letter at a time. So how many B's does this first guy have? 2. What about my second guy? 2. So what's giving you a match? 2 of them. Okay, so these guys can go. So we're going to get a B2 on the outside. Okay, he had 2. I took 2. How many does he have left? None. He had 2. I took 2. How many does he have left? None. Okay, and then we go through and do the A's. How many A's does my first guy have? None. Second guy? 1. So how many can I take out? Huh? None. Okay, because the first guy, he doesn't have any. And I think this is where a lot of people get tripped up, is when there's only 1, then you guys will pull out 1. Okay, but when there's like multiple, you know to take out the smallest amount. Okay, so put the A back, and you need to put the signs back. Okay, 25 through 28, okay, and I tried to write it on there for you, ours when A equals 1. Now, I don't want you to be confused when I do these numbers, because you're not going to have that many questions on your test where you're like, oh, shoot, okay, but it's because there's no number in front of the x squared, or the a squared, or the r squared, or the m squared, okay, there's no number in front of it, so those are considered the easy ones, and I don't like to use that word, but they are the easier out of the type of factoring ones, okay? So, and then also, if you need it, please draw the chart on your paper so that way you have it for your test day. Okay, so our first step is to do what? Parentheses, okay? And again, this goes back to, all you guys can draw parentheses, boom, there's 1 point. What's your next step? Put the A's in there. And then what? Make a chart of what number? 7. Okay, well, what are some factors of 7? 1 and 7. Okay, so that's pretty easy. There's nothing really to pick from. So we're going to say 1 and 7. The hardest part for most people is the signs. Okay, so how can I get a -6? If this is all the farther you can get, what should you do? If you're confident in all of this, what should you do after this?
Do that on all of them.
Hmm?
Do that on all.
At least do that on all of them. Okay, and to be honest, I would guess the dang signs. Because I go through and I was like, okay, did they do a plus and then a minus? Well, if you did a plus plus, and you only get it -1. Okay, so guess. Pick something and guess. You know it's got to be a plus or minus, so guess. Okay, what are our signs going to be? I'm trying to get a -6. +1, -7. Okay, and I can tell you, that is honest to goodness how I grade. I said, did they draw parentheses? Did they put the A's? Did they make a chart of 7? Okay, did they pick the right numbers, and then did they put a plus and then a minus? Okay, if you did a minus plus, you still got something, okay? So, guess. Okay, 27 is going to be the same, so we're going to draw our parentheses, and we're going to say R and R. We're making a list of what number? 64. What's the first one? 1 and 64, okay, and then start dividing. So you're going to say 64 divided by 2. 2 and 32. Good. 3. I feel like 3 went in, did it not? No. 4 and 16. What else? 8 and 8. What group of numbers could give me a 16? 8 and 8. How could I get a positive 16? Both plus plus. Is this finished?
No.
Why not?
No, because we both they both look the same.
Yeah, so what do you need to do? Yeah, we're going to write them again, and you're going to say R plus 8 with the baby 2. Okay, so that's like what we did yesterday. Okay, 29 through 32, so these last 4 are when A does not equal 1. So you can look at all these, in front of that A squared, or X squared, or B squared, N squared, whatever, okay, there's going to be a number there. Those are considered the hard ones, okay? And it's where you really need to guess and check, and we're going to guess the outer and then the inner, okay? Again, get as far as you can, okay? On these, get as far as you can. I know some of you guys struggle. That's okay. You're doing the test. Get as far as you can get, okay? You can draw parentheses. You can make the charts. I know that you guys can because I've seen you. Okay, get as far as you possibly can, and I would say maybe guess from there. If you don't even know what to guess, then screw it. At least you got that far, okay? So, again, we're still going to draw our 2 sets of parentheses. And then what? You're going to make a list of what number? 3. Okay, this is the one we're going to make 2 lists. Okay, so we're going to start with the 3, which is going to be 1 and 3. So you got 1 in, 3 in. And then we're going to make a list of what number? 20, good. And again, you guys can all do this part. So 1 and 20, 2, 10, 4, 5. Okay, what should you always try to guess first? The bottom. Every single time, guess off the bottom. The bottom being what? In this case, what is the bottom? 4 and 5. Okay, so put them in there and then try it. And it goes just like what we did before with the FOILing and multiplying. Okay, so we're going to check the outer two and the inner two. Okay, so we see if those work. The outer two and the inner two. What is 1 times 5? 5. 4 times 3? 12. Okay, could a 5 and a 12 give me an 11?
Yeah.
No. Okay, so then we think of that 12 minus 5, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Okay, or 12 plus 5 is going to be 17. So that's not going to work. So what do you need to do next? Flip them. So you're going to say 5, then 4. 1 times 4. 5 times 3. 15. Okay, could that give us an 11? Yeah. Okay, how? How could I get a positive 11? Perfect. Okay, and then there's one really important step after this. What is that? Perfect. You guys gotta switch them. Good job, because my last class was like, what? I don't know. Okay, so you do need to flip them above. Okay. Gosh dang. Okay, 31 is exactly the same. It's just more practice. Okay, so we're going to draw these. You're going to make a list of what number? 7. Perfect. Again, I know all of you guys know how to do this part. Okay, so make a list of 7. So it's going to be 1x, 7x. Okay, and then we're going to make a list of what? 72. 1 and 72. And then I don't know what else. 2 and 36. 4 and what? You said 4 and 18? Okay. 4 and 18. 6 and 12. Is that all of them? No.
You can do 3 and 24.
Oh. Somebody better remember the list. We're all by. 3 and 24. Shoot, I messed up. 4 and 18. 6 and 12. Thank you. Oh, and then maybe 8 and 9? Okay. Now, first of all, that list is long. Okay. Second of all, what is our middle term that we're trying to reach? 71, which seems awful high. And here's what I know. I know a lot of you guys will be like, oh, shoot, that number's high. Let me pick from high on the list. Now, don't write this down, but I want you to, like, if you did 1 and 72, okay, or 72 and 1, you have to think, because you're going to flip-flop them. What is 72 times 7? I don't know, but it's really freaking big, okay? So, again, I would still bet money on picking from the bottom, okay? Honestly, if it was me, now, I don't know what the answer is. I swear, I know a lot of you guys think I have the answers up here. This is a blank one, just like yours, okay? I would still pick for the bottom if it was me. Honest to goodness, okay? I feel like your best bet is always at the bottom going up, okay? So, but we'll go with what you want to do. What would you like to try? 6 and 12? My last class picked 6 and 12. Okay, 1 times 12? 12. 6 times 7? Would that give me a 71? No. Okay, so we're going to do what next? 12 and 6. Okay, 6 times 1? And then 12 times 7? I don't know what that is. 84. Okay, could that give me a 71? No. Okay, so we know for sure 6, 12, 12, 6 does not work. What would you like to try next? 8 and 9. Okay, and again, if I'm willing to bet, it's one of these three. I don't know, but I've been doing this long enough that I feel like it's gotta be 4 and 18, 6 and 12, or 8 and 9. Okay, so 8 and 9, 1 times 9, 8 times 7. 56, good. Would that work?
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Okay,
Yeah, right.
so we gotta say 9 then 8, okay? 1 times 8, 9 times 7. 63, would that work? Yeah, how? How could I get a positive 71? Plus, plus. So what's it gonna look like above? Plus, plus. Okay, again, I